Good evening, everybody. This is Clarissa Myers coming to you live, this time from Reese's Domain. And I've started reading this book. It's called The 4-Hour Workweek. And I just read a little at a time, and I'll just share with you some nuggets that I've found. And the section I read talked about getting off the wrong train. And like, what does that have to do with anything? A lot of times we have misconceptions, about things, about finances. And we've been learning that, a lot of information about finances is not taught in school. So we have to find out information from outside sources. And so as I'm reading this book, these are just a couple of the things that I read. And according to Ferriss, the author of this book is Timothy Ferriss, he says that, he was able to travel. He took a private plane, flew over the Andes. He drank the best wines, from wherever, living like a king. He was lounging by an infinity pool in a private villa. And he did all of this. All of these things, he got to travel wherever, and it cost him less than what you would pay rent here in the United States. Just the airplane fare alone, that's more than rent, in my opinion. But he was able to do it. So he's going to share with us how he was able to do that. He says, if you have free time and location, your money is automatically worth 3 to 10 times as much. He says that being financially rich and having the ability to live like a millionaire are two separate things. They're two different. He says money is multiplied in practical value depending on how many of the W's that you can control in your life. And what are those W's? If you can control what to do, when to do it, those are the W's, where you do it, and with whom you do it. If you can control those W's, then you have the freedom multiplier. He has that in quotes, freedom multiplier. So as I read on, he said that he's going to use the 80-hour work week, okay, as the criterion. He says a person, a investment banker making $500,000 per year is less powerful than an employee, unemployed new rich. Employed new rich. I had to read that a second time. He says an investment banker, sorry about that, I had a phone call coming in. He says an investment banker earning $500,000 per year is less powerful than an employee who works 1/4 the amount of time, a quarter of that time, earning $40,000, but has complete freedom. How many $40,000 earners do you know has complete freedom? Freedom to go where they want, when they want, with whom they want. Well, he explains that, and I'm anxious to know because maybe something we're all doing wrong. He says the $500,000 banker may be worth less than the $40,000 employee, and the $40,000 employee worth more than the $500,000. Excuse me. I'm sorry. Excuse me. Worth more than the $500,000 banker. And then when you crunch the numbers, when you put the numbers in, he says you look at their lifestyle output, the lifestyle output of their money. All right. So the main thing is to have options. Many of us don't have options. That's why we're stuck in the rat race. We go to work. You come home and you pay bills and you go back to work. And so we're in that vicious cycle. But he says having options, the ability to choose, that is where real power comes. Ferriss says that his book is all about how to see and create options with the least effort and cost. He says that you can make more money, a lot more money, by doing half of what you're doing now. I'm still trying to figure that out. Earn a lot more money doing half of what you're doing now. Well, he said, in fact, he even says it's a quarter, using a quarter of the time that you work, earning more. All right, so I want to read this little section down here. He says, where was it? He says, so who are these new rich? They are employees who rearrange their schedules and negotiate work agreements to achieve 90% of the results in 1/10 amount of the time. They are also business owners who eliminate the least profitable customers and projects, outsource all operations entirely. You know, that doesn't register for me, because as a teacher, how would we outsource? Okay, well, maybe I'll figure this out. But he says, the business owner who eliminates the least profitable customers and projects, outsource all operations entirely, and travels the world collecting rare documents, all while working remotely on a website to show his or her own illustration work. So they're traveling everywhere, collecting rare documents. If they're rare, that means they are of value. Okay, so that if they're of value, then he can earn monies from that. Okay, so maybe I got that. And then he says the student who elects to risk it all with nothing, which is nothing, to establish an online rental video service that delivers $5,000 per month in income from a small niche of Blu-ray fictionados. A 2-hour per week side project which allows him to work full-time as an animal rights lobbyist. So, okay, now I'm thinking about that. If a student invests into like some video rental, times change a lot. Now, this book was written back in 2009, I believe. And if you notice, technology is changing. People don't rent. They don't rent videos much anymore. They maybe buy them, and there's some a new way that you can download it to maybe a phone or to some electronic device. But I guess the point is, technology is changing, so he utilized or found a way to earn monies with technology. Okay. All right, he goes on to say options are limitless, but each path begins with the same first step, which is replacing assumptions. And to join this movement of the new rich, you'll need to learn a new lexicon and recalibrate direction using a compass for an unusual world. Okay, from inverting responsibility to jettisoning the entire concept of success, we need to change the rules. So first of all, we need to understand the rules and then to change them. So Timothy Ferriss, he's been able to accomplish a lot, and I'm anxious to know exactly how he does it. So that's what I read today. And again, it's getting off the wrong train. So retraining our mind to think differently. That's what I've gotten from this section today. So I'm sorry I didn't announce it, but if you catch on the replay, you can pop in, give me your thoughts if you've read the book. And anyway, I'm moving forward to learn how we can work harder, or I should say work smarter and not harder, in less time. Thank you for joining me, and I will see you again tomorrow. Have a great evening. And those of you who go into the boot camp, I'll see you there too. Bye.